Okay, so we're going to check the capacitor and the coil. Both of these components would have been removed as part of an overhaul and were replaced with completely new components. But as part of a 500 hour inspection, we would actually test the values of capacitance and resistance, and if they're within limits, these components could be left in the magneto. Okay, so the first thing to note there is you see there's a date code stamped on these capacitors. This one is 0511, meaning it was manufactured in 2005. Okay, so the first thing we're going to check is the capacitance of the capacitor, or as the Americans say, the condenser. And as you can see, we're getting 375 nanofarads, which is 0.375 microfarads. Now, the specified range is 0.315 to 0.385, i.e. 0.35 plus or minus 10%. So that one is fine. So the next thing to check then is the coil. And we're going to switch over here to ohm meter. Two things to check here. This yellow wire is the ground wire. The green wire is the primary wire. So that's the primary coil, is heavier gauge wire, fewer turns of heavy gauge wire. This tab here is the secondary, so you've got a much higher number of turns of light gauge wire in the secondary. So checking the primary, we have 0.76 ohms, which is right smack in the middle of the range, which is 0.5 to 1.2 ohms. So then looking at the secondary, we're getting 14.1 kilo ohms, and the specified range there is 13 to 20.5 kilo ohms. That is the page from the manual there. I'm not sure whether that's in focus or not. Okay, so if that was a 500 hour inspection, both of those would be okay. And a further thing as well that's checked is the coil. The surface of the coil is checked for any radial cracks that might exist, and that one is fine. And also to make sure that the leads aren't frayed or otherwise damaged. Okay. Likewise with the capacitor, you would also be checking to make sure that the stud here isn't rotated or twisted, damaged. There's a seal here which can be very easily damaged if it's over torqued. There's a torque limit on this of 13 to 15 inch-pounds.